Welcome, good afternoon, good evening, early evening, very evening. And it's always a great pleasure to have two friends join you on a conversation. We've been having some conversations on AI at Mithila Stack, because I want to be able to then position saying, look, we understand AI, our team understands AI a little bit. We understand the LLMs and their engines and their APIs, and now the frameworks that are coming on top of that. And so if there are folks out there who want to build some applications, give us a talk, give us a ping, give us a holler. We'll get back and see if we can build something for you. So today we are talking about AI in education, and very pleased to welcome two friends. Prabhat, who's founder of EdTech. First, he was in education, doing full stack education. He's always been curious about doing more in education and programming. So they have a very interesting AI tutor, which I want to talk about a little bit. But he has I'm Calcutta background, and then he's worked at ITC Infotech, he's worked at GSPAN, he's worked at DSIN, and then last 4-5 years he's trying to be a founder in education himself. So welcome, Prabhat.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
And then Ritesh, from Mumbai, he's joining us. He's been in education since like 14 years, 13, 14 years right now. I think he has an educational consultancy where they offer students advisory on placements, on colleges, on all kinds of interesting things. And I'm very pleased to see that he has also a heart for Bihar, and we are working on something. We'll talk about that a little later. Welcome, Ritesh.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the introduction.
As I wrote in my LinkedIn post, we went to this Economic Times Education Summit, and I just walked around the exhibit, and we looked at all these people trying to position AI in education, and we saw everything. We saw AI in LMS, we saw AI in campus management, we saw AI in ERP, we saw personalized kind of learning paths, identification of personality types, which of course we think is a little bit of a risk because for very early stage children, personalities do tend to change every 2-3 years. So straight jacketing them using AI may be a little bit of a narrow path. We saw AI in course preparation, we saw AI in teaching methods, teaching aids, we saw AI in evaluation, grading, all those things. It looks like AI, the whole 9 yards of AI is getting into education in a big way. So I wanted to start with you guys, and maybe Ritesh, you first, because you spend more time in education and you deal with large number of students. What's your overall take on AI in education and the direction that we are taking here? How do you see this?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, first of all, for bringing us on this particular platform. And thank you, Arvind sir, for the introduction. Thank you, my coordinator, Prabhat sir. I'm sure even your presentation gonna be amazing and gonna be insightful. Now, talking about what I have been doing. So first of all, I want to introduce what I have been doing for last several years. So I'm into catering coaching to the students coming from the international curriculum. So I have been heading the institute here in Mumbai, and we are having a team of 35 to 40 teachers, but all of them they are actually involved in doing some kind of productive work. Okay, but they become highly unproductive when it comes to the correction of the papers. Okay, what I mean with being involved in an unproductive work is this is the correction of a paper is something which is gonna be 10 papers, 10 students having the same paper, same mathematics paper, same physics paper, which the person has to correct every time following the same model answer or same mark scheme. Okay, now this is again a repetitive work. So this is something which can be automated using the idea of artificial intelligence. Okay, so something, if it is being repetitive, and if you are not converting it into the automation, then obviously you are 50 years behind. Okay, so 50 years ago, when the concept of artificial intelligence was introduced, okay, that time people were simply struggling with the unsupervised learning, supervised learning, and then gradually from last 3-4 years, we see huge growth in the field of the artificial intelligence. So why not this particular aspect of artificial this particular aspect of education be left behind when it comes to the implement of the artificial intelligence. Okay, so so here we have developed, along with the Mithila Stack, we have developed we have developed an evaluation tool, okay, known as ExamGrader.ai. So this
Hey,
particular tool actually,
I'm just interrupting you. We'll come back to that. Let's just get Prabhat's overview of how he sees AI in education as well. I mean, I'm sure that we will have more time to talk about the product that we are talking about from your side. But just give me a minute. Let's bring in Prabhat. And Prabhat, you were there, at the same, summit, educational summit exhibition. What was your feeling and takeaway? And you've been also involved with education now for 5-6 years, maybe slightly more. How is AI in education kind of playing together? And you might be on mute.
These questions remind me back 2018 when I was starting the Edurify. So I messaged the Ganesh Krishnan, one of the distinguished alumni of IIM Calcutta. So I reached out to him and they said that I'm trying to do something to help teacher. Okay, because we don't have the lots of teacher in the student ratio. How we can do that? He simple said that it's a great space and it's a huge opportunity and that we are lacking beyond any conversation. So because you are not in the Bangalore, I have a limited time bandwidth. I will not be able to add value. So that stick me in the core. Then I was in the tech and business background. I was not having much on the education apart from the first-hand experience. So, but my co-founder, bringing the 25 years of experience in education, he has seen through the journey from right from the K-12 education to going through the how it's changing day by day. So it's always stuck. So one thing that has was in mind, everyone deserves the personalized attention, not the educations. Okay, educations will come later. Personalized attention to somebody who hear and understand them, whether it's a student, whether it's a parent or something. But it goes into the education. Then we say that everyone deserves a personalized education. Okay. Now coming into the era where at that time in 2019 we built up a adaptive platform for the practicing and all to understand the user based on the data points that we have. We were not having that much of AI infrastructure at that time, but algorithm was there. Okay, so we have based on the Bayes theorem we have built up, and then we scaled to the million users. Now this has been changing, right? This has been changing like more on the from the student point of view when they want to connect with the teacher, like face-to-face or one-to-one at any time, 2:30 a.m. or whatever the time should not be. Because when I was studying in the 2:30 a.m. in the night, people say, why you are go and sleep. I said, no, somebody in the USA will be studying, right? so it's like we have been developed in that time zone. So we said, why don't we have everyone as a personalized mentor? Okay, that's where the BootSelf has taken the AI tutor and the BootSelf has bought. But the way I look at AI in educations, let's step back and look at the broader landscape. AI is no longer the buzzword in the education. Okay, so it's a paradigm shift that is happening through the LMS platform, whether it's adaptive learning, whether it's a personalized learning path as mentioned by, it's a different, even replicating the teacher or, empowering the teacher. Some people like, I think he's trying to, helping the teachers to the tools and all. So that way is going very fast way. All the verticals are getting affected. I think one of the key role of the AI will be in the education going forward. And then currently we are going just started. So it's just started. Listen, we are not even the 1% that AI can do into education. Okay, but we are moving very fast. Whether it's building a, because when it's AI comes into the picture, you are not just building for the particular tier 2, tier 3 city, right? You are building up for the entire millions of, like BootSelf, right? We are building for the millions of the coders in the world, right? Where we can help them to personalize guidance, personalize this thing. So I think this is the very huge case, and the whatever the you mentioned 40 to 50 people are working on this. I say this is just a starting point where the people should be building the millions of people. Then everyone will be builder and building on the education. That is the scope that we have.
Yes, I'm sure the scope for education is very, very wide. And traditionally, we come from a place which has been very, very recognized for great gurus and great teachers. My name itself, or my surname itself, is means educator in some senses. So I'm keen to see how people from our area will adopt AI. But let's dive into the two problems that we said that we will bring you. We have some people on the on the call as well. So Ritesh, you are saying that you are solving the problem of grading, and you had a pain point that your teachers were doing a repetitive grading of so many number of student papers. Most of them, the answers were very, very precise. So let me give you back the ball and say, okay, can you now describe exactly what problem you're solving, why you're solving it, how did you solve it, where have you reached right now, and what's your vision? And maybe you can show us a demo, and now we'll sit back and watch your demo.
Sure, sir. As Prabhat sir just mentioned that the advancing tools with the help of AI, these advancing technologies should be helping the student for learning at their ease. So this is something even we want to do here, not only for the student, but for the teachers, for the organizations. So I have worked in a school also. Like 4 years ago, I was working in a school as a part-timer, and what I used to face the problem, the only area that I used to face the problem in is when they used to give me hundreds of papers to correct when I used to go on vacation. So I was in London, and I carried a bunch of papers. So like sitting in that hotel room, my wife, my kid, like on the other side, and then I used to correct papers. So instead of enjoying the scenery of London, okay. So that was the time when I decided that like I should do something for this particular thing, because since I was having a team and I was having this particular pain, okay. So I decided that like we have to definitely do something, and then comes COVID, and then I got an opportunity to train the engineers from Bharat Heavy Electricals for artificial intelligence and machine learning. And from there, this idea came in my mind that like I can definitely do this particular thing for the teachers community. Okay, when they are being burdened with a lot of papers on their vacation and sacrificing their family time, they go on correcting the papers, because that's obviously unethical if they don't correct the papers and give it back in that given time to the students. So that's why teachers, they cannot ignore teaching, but if they are not ignoring teaching, they are ignoring the family. They are ignoring their quality time with the family, actually. Okay, so basically these are the pain points that you can think of. But besides that, from the student's point of view, students may feel like one student got like, let's say 90 on 100, and the other student with the same caliber, same potential got 80 on 100. That guy will feel mere time check karte waqt ladke aaya hoega. So they may feel differently, that the teacher must be having in different mindset, different mood while correcting the paper, okay, which is definitely not giving the honest feel to the students. They feel biased. They feel that like they have been to some extent being cheated. Okay, like with some student, the teacher was quite lenient in correction, and with some other student, he wasn't lenient in correction. So this is bringing a kind of doubt for in the mind of the student when they get that corrected paper. So it's very important that the paper correction has to be standardized, okay, even if it is moving from teacher to teacher, but it has to be very well standardized so that the students can rely on the corrections, okay. And that's where comes the concept of technology, concept of artificial intelligence in correction. So here we have developed, I want to share my screen with your permission, sir.
We'll love to see. And
yeah,
this is called ExamGrader, right?
Yes, sir. So it is known as ExamGrader. So I want to show you, first of all, the home page. So, so this is our home page. So here you can see that this is so well designed by Mithila Stack, okay, giving a young feel with the choice of the colors and everything. Okay, so here I want you to understand the workflow specifically. Okay, what do we literally do? We upload the papers. We upload the papers in the form of PDF. We scan the papers, we upload them. So the question paper, answer sheet, and the model answers. Okay, the student handwritten text, they are being uploaded. The scanned copies are uploaded over here on this particular platform. Then what our system does that it is actually doing the OCR recognition. It is converting the handwritten text into the readable text. Okay, and then either using the AI answers or by comparing with the model answers, it is able to evaluate in real time, like what should be the right answer, whether the student has written it perfectly or not, or like to what extent he has written it is based on the rubrics that has been provided. Okay, so that like the system will be able to give the partial marks or the or zero or maximum marks to the students. Okay, and then it is able to generate the general feedback and overall impressions for the student in that particular test. Okay, so when if I have to like show you the evaluation, so we have this kind of dashboard, okay, where like whatever number of evaluations you have done, that you will be able to see. Okay, when you go on the students management, you will be able to see that different students that have been added from your portal, that is being displayed over here. When it comes to the evaluation, so the evaluation, this is also having an amazing interface. Okay, we have different students for whom we have done the correction, and then you will be able to understand how it has worked, and you will be able to compare as well, like what the student has been, like how he has been progressing over last several months or like the given duration. I'll like to show you an evaluation over here. So what I'm doing, I'm selecting one of my student. Okay, so we have QP plus AFR plus MS. So you need to understand what are these. QP means question paper, students answer for free response, that is AFR. MS is model answer with the mark scheme. So basically you may upload PDFs of different type. When I say PDFs of different types, means like the student can write the answer on the space provided within the question paper. So that is one type. You will be, the another type is like you will be given a question paper. There is no space to write on the question paper, and you are having a separate supplement, separate paper on which you are writing your answers. So that is another type. The third type is like you have a question paper. It is marks MCQ type question paper. You just simply marking the right answer. Okay, that is another type. Then you have the question paper MCQ type, and then you are given the OMR sheet or separate supplement on which you are writing your answer, that 1A, 2B, 3C, whatever. So that is another type of paper. So we have explored all those possible options, and we have trained this particular model to be able to evaluate any type of paper that the students is writing or that the teachers are collecting from the students. So here I will upload all these three. So I'm actually going ahead with the very first type, where we have QP plus AFR plus MS. It's like I'm given a question paper which is without space for answers. AFR, students answer for the free response. So in a separate supplement, the student has written the answer, and then MS, which is model answer with the marking scheme. So when I'm uploading all of these things, then I can submit the evaluation, and then you will see the magic happening. What it will actually literally do, it will be evaluating, it will be reading from the student's answer, like handwritten answer. It will be converting the handwritten answer into the readable text. Okay, and then those readable text will be evaluated by comparing with the model answer, and then it will be generating the marking for each and every question. So you see that like it has completed. So now when I open this, then you will be able to see that the total marks was 51. The student has obtained 10. There were 7 incorrect answers. So it is actually grading as well. Okay. So similarly, we have for the same student, we have another paper.
Can we see the question paper and the answers, Ritesh?
Yeah, sure. So I'll be able to show you those, like you see that here, this is another paper where the total marks was 40, the obtained was 20 incorrect answers. So like when I show you, like for example, if I'm showing you this particular paper, so you will see that you can easily download it. Okay, you can download the summary report and you can actually view how the student has performed in this particular paper. So for example, if I'm opening that one, let's say this one. So you see that like the student has performed, that like how it is, how he has been doing like for last 6 months for various subjects that you are choosing. Okay, and if I literally take that specific one, the one which I have taken over here, where the student has scored 51. So then when you download it, download a complete report. Okay, so then now basically it is giving us a complete general feedback over here. I want.
Can you show us the question paper first, Ritesh, so people can see what exactly is the complexity?
Yeah, sure. I want. I think we have our organizer Karthik also over here. I want Karthik to show the paper over there. Karthik, will you be able to show the paper quickly? So
Hi,
that
Ritesh.
we'll be able to see the comparison.
Yes. So I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, please.
So right now we have seen Ritesh has uploaded this Karthik Jha. So if you able to see the question paper, this is PFR. This is the pattern of answer sheet of a student.
Right. So it was a mathematics paper of a student named Aryan. So like we have taken it as a demo for in the name of Karthik, and it was an AP calculus paper, advanced placement calculus paper, which is an American board. So this is a very complex paper, which the student has also written it in a very complex manner with a lot of scribbling. You can see with the snake-like integration sign. Okay, and it is able to like literally read it. Our AI system is able to identify each and every type of symbol that has the student used. So be it the.
Can you show us the AI analysis first?
Yeah.
Then you talk about it.
So this is the question. AI analysis.
Yeah. It is actually giving us the expected answer as well as how much what's the student has written, and then based on that That's amazing. So you can see that like for each and every question, the marks awarded is also given. It was an MCQ paper, and here the expected answer, then the answer given by the student has been shown, and the evaluation is also being explained over here with the detailed explanation. Okay, so that evaluation feedback, like when the student is actually going through, now you can see that a chemistry question which is involving a chemical reaction, that is also being corrected over here so efficiently. So you see that like this is basically a tool which is going to not only help the teachers to do the standardized and reliable correction, but the students too, who wants to get their homeworks corrected, their worksheet if they're practicing at home, so that also can be easily corrected. Okay, so besides this, you see that like when we are looking into the student management and when we are checking for a specific student, we are able to generate a report how he has been doing for last several months. Okay, and then based on it was suggested by Arvind sir in that event that like we can easily we can easily predict what they will be scoring in certain exam, certain competitive exam, be it not only IIT, NEET or AP exams, but in many other, like wherever the student is going for any kind of competition. So based on their handwriting evaluation, based on their performance over the last several months, it can be easily be predicted by using AI that what there will be predicted score and what would be their percentile. So this is what is expected when you are applying for any kind of university. You haven't yet completed your grade 12, and then in that case they expect the predicted score to be sent in the transcript. So this is from where you can actually generate the predicted score in different subjects. Okay, so this is where like the AI is helping the institution, and this is where like this ExamGrader.ai gonna help the teachers as well as the institution and the students.
So Ritesh, what I understood was that if you have a question paper and you have a model answer paper, and the student has answered whether on the paper or outside as a separate supplementary sheet, there's an engine that can process all of them and in a standardized way do all the scoring, and then basically give you a dashboard of all the scoring. Right.
Perfect. So that's an
and
amazing.
This can happen for numerical, non-numerical, theoretical, subjective, objective, whatever type of questions that you can choose. There is a framework to be able to assess and answer, right?
Correct. You're right.
Of course, it has used that students can now write instead of just MCQ. You can do more subjective answers. They can write answers. They can test themselves, quickly upload it, see the result. Especially in people who are preparing for tests. Great. Let's just switch the context to the learning part of it, which I think Prabhat has been working on. And Prabhat, you picked up the problem of software programming or coding primarily in terms of building this tutor. Tell us about it.
Okay, so when we started this, we identified the gap on the market, which says that the millions of people wants to learn programming, right? But here, actually, how they are learning is the more important. They start with the free YouTube and their MOOC exam courses. They hit a roadblock in some time, and something they don't understand or bug they can't able to fix it, and then they give up. Okay, so why? Because there is a no feedback loop in this system. Okay, no one explain what went wrong. No one is there to answer. No one to motivate to try again. Right. So it's a self-learning in isolation. So nobody is there, right? So suppose, let's say, now flip this story on the other side. And currently 1 billion of the tutorials hour is watched every day from the YouTube. Okay. The people are learning, whether it's a self-learner or whether it's a college student going whatever. Now, what if the YouTube, the mentor, who is making this video, they can speak to each other, right? So if you are getting stuck at the 3 minutes or something, you can ask the question and the mentor will reply at the same time, right? So that's kind of things was missing there. Not the content, but the feedback loop and the interaction was missing there. So we identify this gap and then filled it with the AI tutor. Okay. So for example, same thing, right? So because in the today's world, they don't have the lack of information or content, but the lack of personalization, how they are available, how the structure is there, how, who can. So the people say India is not the self-paced market. Okay, the reason is the people, live dropout rates are very high for the MOOC courses, right? The reason nobody is there to handhold someone. Okay, so similarly, in the even class of the 60 people, no one, dare to ask the question because, look, kya kahenge? I don't know how it will be. The question is good or not. They feel, reserved. But here, if somebody is trying to do and ask any dummy questions, can you tell me why the C# has the hash, for example, why the data type is not, why the semicolon should be there, because it's a basic question. Everyone has the answer, means this question, but nobody is able to answer. So people think ye hota hai and then continued it, right? The similar way, if in Astro Talk, there was Astro services, astrology, everyone having the Panditji, right, in the home, right? We have also. So they visit and they ask, but nobody asks like, when I will get my girlfriend. These services you can't get, right? So when you comes to the one-to-one, like, giving the personalization, you can ask. Okay. So similarly, in the learning also pages, lots of unanswered questions there in the deep in the mind, which they cannot answer to someone because they have the problem to what if they will judge me, right? But here the AI tutor, no judging, but they have the human element which is helping in nature, understand your what you are learning, what is your weak point, what is your strong point, how your career align with your learning goal. That's how, that's a summary. Okay.
Let's see how it works. So, if I wanted to learn Python, it could start from the
One
basics,
second.
like teach me the entire Python, or is I have to learn from YouTube and then ask it questions? What is the what
Oh,
is the
so let me show you too. So if you are learning Python or anything, we have a two type of courses here. One is we call course, and the second is track. I have to join from the.
And since I think you're using a phone, it's on an app, so it's available on both Android and iOS, I suppose.
Right. So I'm joining. Can you, Karthik, can you make me presenter there from the mobile? Hello.
No, you are
Present.
No, mine. It will come from the Prabhat, so I think you have to make the presenter. I'm joining from mobile.
So you can present. Can you check this?
Aditya, I think he's joining separately using his mobile. Can you make that mobile a presenter?
Sir, there is no option for mobile or laptop.
No.
separate.
There's
Yes,
another
yes.
Prabhat. There's another Prabhat on the on the attendee panel. Can you make that a presenter?
Okay, okay.
See, I need to present it, so you have to make the co-organizer.
I understand. There is no option for make a co-organizer. Okay, you are. There is a Prabhat.
Right.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
ऑप्शन नहीं है इसमें बात यही है ना नहीं आ रहा है इसमें
You don't have controls.
Prabhat sir, do you have Zoho app?
Yeah, I have a login from the Zoho webinar only.
There is no option to make a co-organizer.
You have made it, right? One of my account.
I already see it's a co-organizer. Just make him a presenter. The P part.
मैंने प्रेजेंटर बनाया है सर इनको बट जा नहीं रहा है को-ऑर्गेनाइजर में एक प्रभात कुमार है सो वो आप ही हो ना
Yes, so make it Prabhat also co-organizer. Only Prabhat.
While
I
that,
think,
Okay, so we'll talk about it then.
yeah, let's talk about it. There's some glitch
So-
there.
So
So
the
my question was, if I want to learn Python, I can learn the entire Python in your tutor app, or I need to.
right,
This is a
right.
supplement only.
No, nothing. So it's from the basic to advanced level. Okay. So once you go into the app, there will be two types of courses. One is track, and we call it a full stack track, Python, data science track. And then other is normal courses. So suppose if you just want to learn Python, you can go ahead and then learn the Python. Once you learn the Python, there will be different sections will be there, which is designed by the expert on the structure category. So you choose you will see what is your progress and how much you have done it. Then once you click, you join the classroom where a AI mentor will be teaching you, and then transcript will be there in the bottom. Suppose if the AI mentor is giving you or asking for a program to write, there itself you can write it or you execute it also. Okay, and then you can, like a normal classroom, you can unmute to ask, right? Suppose if you are working on a system and there is a bug or something, you can take a picture, send it to your AI mentor. It will help you to where the step you are, what step you are doing the mistakes, and also suggest you the better way, how to do that. Within the app itself, we have inbuilt editor, okay, in which we have a two type of editor. You can write a raw code without any intelligence, because itself, like when I remember when I was learning Java in college, so we used to write in the notepad, create a directory, and given the reference. So that's helped us a lot to master the how faster you can debug it, because that even you can't afford to have any syntax issue or something. So that way you can write. Otherwise, like vibe coding is going on. So because your future employer may ask you to use some of the AI development tools, so you can, we have that built. You can ask create some program, and then it will give it to you. Okay, solution. Then it review the code also. Whatever, suppose if you want to do the code review, whatever I have done in the security point of view, vulnerability and scalability is there or not, how we can check the time complexity or some other things. So entire things will be inside the app itself. It will be done. So most of the people, for people who just wanted to do the Java, they are coming from background of Python or alternate way. So we have a code converter. So let's say it's helped us help us to, if some snippet of the code in the Python you are writing, you can convert back into the Java, or alternatively, and see that how this represented into the Java, and then get the entire explanation itself. And end of the program, you will have this certificates, which say that you have successfully completed, you have given the assessment, and then things. But the magic is within the classroom, which the learning cues is getting recommended by the AI tutor.
Got it. So how many, what is the status, right? How many students may have been already using this to get a better, programming expertise?
As of now, we have around 40,000 plus user, using it.
30 or 40? Did you say 40,000?
40,000.
Yeah. Okay.
So out of that, more than 40% are coming from US, and then second is India, and then some part of the Ethiopia is also coming, because we have a blog. Yeah. So the three major part we have. Out of that, we have kind of self-assistant. If you go about Google Assistant, Perplexity has it, for the basic stuff. But similarly, we have this mentor coding assistant for right on your fingertips. So just click and ask anything, it will give you the response back in the verbal. So if you are asking whether you are attending an interview, let's say, the people ask the question like, I'm going to attend the Amazon interview. Can you, teach me how can answer their leadership principal questions, right? So it will guide you there itself. So no need to log in even the app itself. So that's most of the, the major feature that used by the people are the assistant one, primarily in the US side. Okay.
And you were also telling me that you are building graded levels so that you can do some assistance on a project, and that is paid, and there is a free version. Can you tell us what the free version does and what the paid version does?
Okay, so we have a premium version where all the code picture with the limitation will be available as a premium version. Okay, let's say in the premium, if you are going, then you can ask the 5 to 10 questions. Interaction, you can have the AI tutor. Basic courses will be free. Okay, then if you are going into second tier, then basic courses will be unlocked, unlimited chat you can do, right? And unlimited conversation you will have. You will have the access to the limited development tools. And the second, for developing a project, if you are doing it. And the third one is the maximum level where you have everything unlocked. Okay, the 3 layer, which say that also you will have custom learning path, which has the also mock interview. And in this, we are also adding the YouTube things. You can search on any tutorial, and then this will give you the 1 hour lesson can be convert into the bite size of 30 minutes or 20 minutes with the conversational tutorial. So this comes under the advanced module that we have.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So maybe I should ask Ritesh also. Ritesh, what's the business model around your ExamGrader? Who are you selling it to? You're selling it to schools, colleges, institutions, or individuals? How are you planning the go-to-market?
So I'm thinking of selling it B2B as well as B2C. So when I talk about like B2C, so basically my target customer is gonna be the teachers themselves and also the students. So how teachers themselves, like you will see like literally at each and every step in Patna there is a coaching institute. Okay, and each coaching institute is having hundreds of students with them, but like where they are lacking is the evaluation. Where they are lacking is the test series. They teach but they don't take the test, and the reason that they don't take the test is evaluation, is correction. So that's the only reason because of which they don't take the responsibility of running the test series. But the moment we give them this kind of strength, okay, they will be able to run the test series. They will be able to literally teach students efficiently, okay, and they will be able to like take multiple tests from the students. And actually practice makes man, woman perfect. Okay, everyone perfect. So that is something.
I think some element of evaluation is also there in the AI tutor that Prabhat is talking about, because it will then look at what you've done and then guide you in terms of next steps and where you're stuck. Right? So the midnight Stack Overflow, or now of course they're doing Substack and Discourse and things like that, that gets replaced by this guy who knows how you've learned. Right? This is like a personalization on top of a tutor, right? Right, Prabhat? Is that right?
Right.
So let's we spent about 40-50 minutes on this. Let's see, we have questions from the audience. I'm sure that a lot of people have any kind of curiosity about both these topics, and both of them seems like it will help the learner become better, and then it will also help the institution kind of make things faster, right? You can process hundreds and thousands of these transcripts, for example, in a much faster, much lower cost way. Do teachers like this, Ritesh? I mean, do teachers really want this, or they think that you are trying to replace them?
Sir, definitely. Like I just now, while I'm talking to you, sir, I actually got a test paper done by one of my student. Okay, and I'm so excited that like I'll be able to send the evaluation to that student like quickly. Okay, so I'm so relieved. I don't have to take stress of correcting that paper, like giving time for correction for that particular paper separately. While I'm talking, I did the correction. I actually did the correction right now. Okay, and while we were discussing, and I did it like, and I'll be able to share it with my student efficiently. So this is the kind of strength that it has given me. That on the go, I'll be able to do the efficient correction of the paper. So not only the teachers but the students as well, they can take help of it. The organizations, they can take help of this particular tool. And the future, like what we are looking at, that in future, if the researchers are there, like if the teenagers, they are writing certain research paper which they are submitting to the IRIS competition, CREST award competitions, or if you talk about the international curriculum, they have extended essay, they have individual investigation, they have theory of knowledge. There are multiple aspects which where they basically write the papers. They submit the reports, submit certain research. Okay, so all those research are to be evaluated based on certain rubrics, certain criteria. So this also can be easily evaluated using this particular tool. So this is my vision in future, that like we will be able to ease this kind of tedious process for the teachers, for the students, for the organizations.
Nice. So where is the future of the AI tutor that you are doing? I mean, do you think that these kind of things will be done at the application layer level, or you think the infrastructure companies themselves will go out and build these kind of things?
So mostly in AI tutor side, we think this will be on the infrastructure layer side. Okay, so whether you want to learn coding, you can have the trained AI tutor for the coding, and the same AI tutor infrastructures, it can be used for the suppose test prep, right? Test prep, because in this AI tutor is personally the conversational one, the conversational AI tutor, where the masses is at the infrastructure level. It's not fixed for the just a coding, but the data which you train, depending on the whatever the customization, and then backend the multiple AI agents are there, which recommends the QJs and flashcards based on the learning styles and the methods, and that's assignments and projects which help you. So it's built up on the I believe this will going to be the infrastructure layer, whether it's a school, colleges, or other people who are ever using it. It's going to be in the play of the infrastructure, and then you can plug it into the different verticals of the learning.
And one obvious question for you, which I'm surprised nobody's asking, but we are hearing so much about programmers not being needed, right? AI is going to do all the code generation. So why do I need to even learn programming?
So the programming is not for the only the coding, the job you are looking for. This also scale your problem solving skills. Even whatever the codes are generated using the AI, and the peoples are running about replacing the coders and programmers, but at least you should have this literacy. So this will earlier it will, like you were learning the React to crack the job, for example. Now you are learning the React to find the bugs and the getting into the code generated by AI to review the code and then making it scalable, right? That where it will be used. So the going to the competition will be very high. Okay. Now in the entry level positions where you can just have the web development, HTML, CSS, JS will not work out. Okay. You should have this, but apart from that, you should also have the skill which the software development is required, right? Like the designing system, right? A skill, making the system design, making a code, doing the code review, working with the solving the biggest problem, how to scale the system. Those are the parts. So I will say maybe we will doing the 20% of the coding only, but for that also you require to have those skills for the coding. Only way to learn, only way to understand the code, you have to learn it. There is no shortcut.
Well put, well put. Thank you so much. And we are almost out of time, so let's go back to Ritesh once and say, Ritesh, any closing comments? Like, how can one of my goals, as you know, is how can we improve the IT capacity in Bihar? We have a paucity of good trainers. We have a problem of infrastructure. We don't have any IT ecosystem. What can be done, with your application in Bihar? Do you have some ideas of how your transcript system could be used in Bihar?
Sir, so basically, when we look at the education system in Bihar, so I myself have spent 1 full year when I was in my grade 4 in Bihar. Okay, I remember like how the things used to be in school. Okay, and I literally see the similar thing even today. Okay, that the teachers are nothing to blame teachers, but it's all about the kind of system that is being followed. Okay, so there is no defined ecosystem for the teachers, and that's why I see that inefficiency of the teachers is basically causing effect on the students' progress. Okay, so why is it inefficient? Because the government itself is not able to bring those kind of initiatives where the teachers will feel good in that environment. Okay, and that is obviously because of this kind of cascade mechanism affecting the students as well. So what I feel that if we are bringing these kind of facilities, these kind of amenities to the teachers, okay, and if we are developing the technical infrastructure in the school, okay, then obviously the teachers will enjoy their work. Okay, and that mindset will be induced to the students as well. That effect will be seen on the students as well, and the students also will be producing great results. It won't be limited to the leading coaching institutes only in the state, but it will be even in the rural areas that the students will be able to take the benefit of increasing technology. Okay, so I feel that it has to be implemented at the root. Okay, that will in fact help teachers, and since it will help teachers, it's gonna help students ultimately.
Okay,
yes.
Let me ask Prabhat also the same question. Prabhat, of course, you have a free model, freemium kind of model, so it should be very, very useful throughout all the engineering colleges of Bihar. What's your take on that? Do you want to start from that side, or you are fishing for lucrative waters in US?
No, so Bihar market, very close to my heart, first of all. So, when the BA25 we launched, we had a lots of partners there. And looking at the 111 engineering institutions we have in Bihar itself. So great pool of resource, people are there. But the training and the infrastructure and the resources which supposed to be done, the outcome from that institutions are not par with the market standard. But they are obviously competing with the global market. Not only because in the Bangalore, in a startup where the AI skills are required, they are handling from the San Francisco to the remote job. So ultimately, you are competing with the global market, right? So for that, I think the tools like app like or platform like BootSelf.ai, which helps them to get ready in the global market, right? For them, that's why we know that those markets are the price sensitive, and then they want to try first and then evaluate it and then learn it. But they have the huge capacity because the 70% of the family income directly goes to the education of the middle tier, at least for the Bihar market.
I'm sure it can be a huge enabler for the people who are learning programming in Bihar, for example. There's one last question before we go for today, and we will continue doing these AI seminars so that we can sensitize you about some of the things that Mithilastack is working on, for example. Ritesh, how can your system help institutions which has 500, 1,000, 5,000, 50,000 students? The more the merrier, right, Ritesh?
Yes, sir, definitely. So basically, I really like this particular question. I was hoping this question should come, and it has come from Divesh, sir. Thank you for asking this particular question. So basically, we are developing this particular thing for B2B. So obviously, we have thought of this question. So when we have a big volume of the papers coming in, then you can simply upload the entire scanned copy on the drive, and then our AI portal will be taking each and every PDFs from the drive, and it will be comparing it with the model answer and the AI based answers, and it will be giving the evaluation for each and every student. The only thing that you need to literally do is, when you are going into the student management, you need to enroll, you need to register each and every student. So that is one-time manual work, okay, which your school, in fact, that also is not manual. If you can upload the CSV file, so that also can easily register all the students that is there in your institution. So this way, like only tedious work that you will be having is while you are flipping the papers. Instead of flipping, you just need to have a scanner ready for, and then you need to flip the papers. So that's the only thing that you need to do. That's the only challenge that you will be having. Definitely, there will be some tool in future. I'm very, very hopeful that will come up, and that scanner problem will also be faded.
I think they will save a lot of time and a lot of money, and they will be able to do education feedback much faster. So thank you so much. Ritesh, thank you, and Prabhat, thank you for joining me today. And Karthik, thanks for
Thank you
joining
for
me.
having me.
A little bit of a demo.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you for organizing this kind of webinar.
Yes.
Definitely.
All the best, and we'll see you again soon with another AI topic. Bye bye.
Absolutely. Bye bye. Thanks. Bye.